Hello and welcome to Pushing Back, Ukraine Daily Brief. As the war enters its 1098th day, these are the main developments from the past 24 hours. The update from the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. Russia has lost approximately 869,530 troops in Ukraine since the beginning of the war. The number includes 1,300 casualties over the past day. According to the released Ukrainian figures, Russia lost 5 tanks, 11 armored combat vehicles, 26 artillery systems, 2 air defense systems, 122 drones, 138 vehicles, and 2 pieces of special equipment. 2 new aid packages were announced, starting with Norway will provide €300 million for the procurement of military equipment, and Canada package includes 25 infantry fighting vehicles, 2 armored combat support vehicles, 4 F-16 flight simulators, millions of additional rounds of ammunition, protective equipment, and first aid kits. In the last 24 hours, the Russians launched 90 combat clashes and carried out 69 airstrikes, including 94 guided bombs on the territory of Ukraine. They also used 1,166 kamikaze drones and carried out around 4,000 attacks on the positions of Ukrainian troops and settlements using various types of weapons. In its latest intelligence update, the Institute for the Study of War. Russian President Vladimir Putin ordered the unprovoked full-scale invasion of Ukraine 3 years ago on February 24, 2022. Ukraine has not been defeated or destroyed but remains resilient and innovative in the face of this unjustified Russian aggression. Russia has accumulated unsustainable personnel and vehicle losses in the last 3 years since Russia's full-scale invasion on February 24, 2022. The United Nations General Assembly passed a Ukrainian and European-backed resolution on February 24 commemorating the 3rd anniversary of Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine that recognized Russia as the aggressor in the war, called for a just peace in Ukraine, and supported Ukraine's sovereignty and territorial integrity. Recent polling indicates that Russians are increasingly supportive of Russia continuing the war in Ukraine until it achieves complete Ukrainian capitulation, but are simultaneously starting to feel the economic toll of the 3 years of Russia's war, casting doubt on Russian President Vladimir Putin's ability to continue to balance butter and guns at home in the medium to long term. Russian President Vladimir Putin currently remains committed to continuing his war in Ukraine despite rising domestic political and economic pressure, and has shown no indication that he is rethinking his determination to compel Ukraine to surrender. Kremlin officials formally rejected the possibility of a ceasefire on any terms other than the complete capitulation of Ukraine and the West on February 24, further underscoring Russia's unwillingness to make compromises during future peace negotiations. European leaders announced a series of new aid packages during their visit to Kiev on February 24 for the 3rd anniversary of the full-scale invasion on February 24. Russian forces recently advanced in Kursk Oblast and near Chasiv Yar, Pokrovsk, and Velika Novosilka. The Kremlin continues to use Muslim religious and cultural structures in Russia for military recruitment. In President Zelensky's nightly address, he spoke about 3 key areas. Firstly, strengthening international support. President Zelensky discussed coordinated efforts with France and Belgium, focusing on military aid and the use of frozen Russian assets. The Ukraine Support Summit saw over 40 international participants pledging increased assistance. Secondly, military and financial commitments. Ukraine secured major defense and financial aid, including $5.5 billion from the UK, $3.5 billion from Norway, and $1 billion from Spain. Sweden, Denmark, and the Baltic states are contributing air defense systems, weapons, and training. Lastly, diplomatic and sanctions efforts. New sanctions against Russia were announced by the EU, UK, Australia, and New Zealand. Ukraine continues to expand diplomatic efforts, engaging leaders, parliaments, and international organizations to reinforce global support. Thanks for following today's updates. Please don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. We'll return tomorrow with the latest news on the ongoing conflict.